What is going on, everybody? ZyoniK here, and in today's video we are going to dive back into the Ultra League Premier Cup, as today I'm bringing another really solid team. I can't emphasize enough how great this team is. It's a double steal in the back strategy with the Gallade lead. Now, overall today went 17-8 in all my sets, all positive sets, 4 1s and 3 2s, and it was fantastic. This team does really well when you lose lead and you know how to kind of come back from that, and we're going to showcase that today for you guys. So we're going to take a look at some of the best battles we can learn from so you guys can learn about the strategy of this team. And then we're also going to deep dive into 1 or 2 battles after and talk about each individual decision that I made in the battle and why I made it. After that, then we're going to be talking about the team and why it's so phenomenal. So let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this team and these battles. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into the video. Okay, getting into the first battle here. These were some sweaty battles. I'm letting you guys know right now. I'm noticing I'm always facing rank 9s pretty much all the way, so I'm guessing I have a hidden rating. I don't know what that is. But we have Gallade on the lead versus Togekiss. Terrible matchup for us. We go straight into the Empoleon right here. We're going to be resisting Charm, and we draw out a Venusaur, which is actually pretty nice for us because we're going to be able to get to the Dropek right here. This does super effective damage to Venusaur, and we're hoping to get a shield right here or chunk health, both of which is good. We get the shield. Okay, fantastic. Now, based on the damage that I know this Frenzy Plant can do, I'm guessing I don't need to shield, and I can actually get to another Dropek in time. As you guys are going to see, we're going to be taking neutral from Vine Whip, so hopefully I can get to another Dropek in time. No, I go down to fast moves right there, so that is definitely very frustrating, which means I'm going to have to shield my Gallade when I come back in right here. So Confusion does super effective damage because of that poison typing right here, so we are going to have to give up a shield, but we can't give up 2. So what we got to do is basically try to commit to the farm down. Hopefully they don't get off another Frenzy Plant in time, but I'm guessing, oh, they are going to get right there, so I decided to throw the Leaf Blade right here. I want to maintain switch advantage, and we do get a second shield, which is fantastic. That means they're getting off the Frenzy Plant, which is what I was trying to avoid and stop, but that's okay. We can survive right here and farm down, so now they have no shields. Now this is where double steal comes in. I'm guessing whatever's in the back might be weak to the Magnezone, and they're not swapping out, which tells me it is. So we're just going to overload on energy. I'm going to go ahead and go for Mirror Shot. Wild Charge will one-shot, right? But I don't want to get that debuff right here. We are going to shield. It's just an Aerial Ace, and then they are staying in, which tells me whatever's in the back is weak. So we're going to overload on energy and now go for Mirror Shot. Because of the Fairy typing, this does super effective damage, and whatever's in the back, we have enough energy to hopefully one-shot, and it is going to be... What is going to be in the back? We still have that Venusaur that's very low health, and it's going to be a Charizard. So we're going to overload on energy and then go for the Wild Charge right here. This is going to one-shot Charizard, and then we are going to see the Venusaur come in, which we have a Mirror Shot ready to go. So Wild Charge does one-shot the Charizard. Venusaur comes back in. We go for the Mirror Shot, and there we go. Double Steal, able to handle it. Because if you can draw out the hardest counter to a Steel-type Pokemon with Empoleon, Magnezone can sweep endgame. All right, let's go ahead and get into the next battle here. So yeah, this team's definitely a lot of fun. You guys know I love running Gallade and Empoleon, and adding in Magnezone here just works out so well. So let's see how this next battle goes. We're going to showcase a lot of lead losses here so I can show you guys how you can overcome it. Lead wins, it's kind of straightforward. You just got to line up those positive matchups and you should have a good time. So let's see how this goes right here. We have Gallade on the lead versus Dragonite. Pretty bad matchup, not the best for us, so we're going to switch right away and draw out that counter, which is going to be an Escavalier in this case. So Escavalier on the team right here. We're going to go ahead and go for Hydro Cannon. This does neutral damage in the matchup. So would the Dropek, but Hydro Cannon just does a bit more, and they do shield as well, which is fantastic for us. So hopefully we can get to another Hydro Cannon in time. Don't think we can, so I don't believe I shield right here. No, I go ahead and let it go. And what we're going to do is we're going to come in on the Gallade right here. What's great is when you draw out that counter, right? A lot of teams will have one counter to a Steel-type Pokemon. When you draw it out and give 2 shields, or maybe 1 shield advantage to a Magnezone endgame, you can pretty much sweep. So Aerial Ace does come through. It hurts, I know, but we're going to try to go for the Leaf Blade right here. See if we can bait out that final shield, but honestly, I just need to get this Escavalier out of here, and we do take it down. We actually get one more Confusion off, and this is where I said you draw out the counter to the Steel, and then you let Magnezone reign free. And notice how the Dragonite's not switching out, everyone. I'm guessing what's in the back is a Lapras, right? If you're leading a Dragonite, you need covers to those Charm users. So I'm guessing whatever's in the back is weak to Magnezone? It's probably going to be a Lapras. So let's see. We go ahead and shield the Dragon Claw right there. We're just going to keep building up on energy, building up. Another charge move coming through. I'm going to go ahead and shield again, I believe. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and shield again and overload a bit more, and I'm going to go for the Mirror Shot right here. In hindsight, should have just gone for a Wild Charge because they're probably not going to shield, but let's see what happens. Yeah, they don't shield. That's tough. We're going to overload a bit more and then go for another Mirror Shot right here. This should be taking them out. If they don't and they shield, I can get another Mirror Shot off. So please take it out. Ooh, barely not enough. I have to swap now. I can't swap in time. We can survive the Dragon Claw though, but I think I have enough energy for whatever's in the back. We survive right here, and it is going to be a Lapras, so there we go. We're going to go ahead and go for Wild Charge. This should be getting the shield from the Lapras. If not, it's going to do a lot of damage. And it doesn't, so we get to go for a back-to-back, but we're actually going to go for the Mirror Shot right here to get the shield, and things are still tight. We got to switch into our Gallade now and go for the Leaf Blade. We have one more fast move, and there we go, we have Leaf Blade, so that was definitely a very, very close call. I could have gotten away with probably going for Wild Charge and not taking as much Dragon Breath and Dragon Claw damage, and then Dragonite's going to come back in, and Gallade finishes that off with Confusion. So definitely a close battle right there, but let's go ahead and move into the next one. All right. So yeah, when you see those hard leads that take out your fighters, right, the Gallade, maybe that's a Dragonite, a Charm user, something like that, they typically will have something in the back that can cover, or that it covers, basically, right? So like a Lapras. So now we see another Togekiss lead right here. Same thing, going straight into the Empoleon. This is an Air/Togekiss as well. We are going to see a Kingdra come in, which means they really don't have a hard counter. So maybe my Magnezone can do pretty well in the matchup. Let's see. So we have, we're going for Dropek right here, does neutral damage in the matchup. And then we are going to be resisting both Outrage and Octazooka. So I'm going to look to try my best to maintain shield advantage right here. So we're not going to shield, and Outrage is going to be coming through. It still does a lot of resisted damage, but hopefully I can get to another Dropek in time. This is going to be doing neutral. I don't imagine they're going to shield because they're probably going to commit to the farm down and they go ahead and not shield. So that's a smart play on them. They're actually going to be able to completely farm me down, and they have a lot of loaded energy. So we didn't draw out a hard counter, right? We lost that matchup, but let's see if we can pull this around. We're going to go ahead and Confusion down, charge move now coming through. We're going to go ahead and shield right here, and let's see if we can make something happen. We're not in a good position. We have shield deficit, and we have switch disadvantage, basically. They're going to bring back in that Togekiss, so I got to switch right away and hope whatever's in the back. It's actually a Clefable. It's a Clefable. We have a double Charmer team right here, and Magnezone is just like, yes, 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 yes. Magnezone being that steel typing resists, and it does Mirror Shot, which has a chance to lower the opponent's attack, as you guys see right there, and it's going to be doing super effective damage to the whole back line right here because it is Togekiss and Clefable. So, double Charmer, really interesting play right there. But yeah, we see now a Togekiss come in, but there's not a lot this Togekiss can do. I have to watch out for the Flamethrower. That's the one move I need to watch out for. We're going to go ahead and go for the Mirror Shot. It does super effective damage. Again, lowers the attack. We're going to go ahead and get another Mirror Shot up. This is why Magnezone, once you get a counter away from a steal, especially if they have double charm in the back, it's phenomenal. Mirror Shot's just going to keep destroying, and then we are going to, I believe I'm just going to shield and try to farm down. Or maybe I switch to Gallade. Oh, I don't remember. We're going to go ahead and shield. It is going to be an Aerial Ace, and then I do switch to Gallade to Confusion down, but they do get off another Aerial Ace. So I got to maintain my Magnezone in the back. I didn't want to get hit with a Flamethrower potentially, but yeah, we're going to go ahead and farm down and then go for Leaf Blade right here on the Clefable. This is still going to do a lot of neutral damage, but I don't think it's going to be just enough yet. We'll have to see how much health this Clefable has. Yeah, barely not enough, and Confusion is not going to be enough to take it out, but we do have a Mirror Shot ready to go, and that is going to be a good battle. So again, Magnezone sweeps endgame when you can bring out the hardest cover they have to a Steel-type Pokemon with that Empoleon safe swap. All right, moving into the next battle. Whew. Yeah, I love making Ultra League Premier Cup teams. They're so much fun. This league is so diverse. You can utilize so many different Pokemon. But as of late, really relying on that Gallade has been so strong for me. Let's see how this battle goes right here. So So we have Gallade on the lead versus Escavalier. Kind of tough matchup. It can go either way. So let's see how we can pull this off. Aerial Ace is going to be doing super effective damage, so we got to watch out for that. And we got to look to land a close combat. First charge move now coming through. We're going to go ahead and shield right here. Got to respect the damage that Aerial Ace can do, but they don't. They have Drill Run. So could have gotten away without shielding right there, but we're going to go ahead and build up to 2 close combats and then go for a Leaf Blade right here. If we get a shield, that's what we really want right here, is we want to get a shield. We got to draw that out, and we do. That's fantastic. Now we clicked on the close combat right there, so hopefully, I think I'm going to shield right here. Yeah, we go ahead and shield, and we're going to go for close combat. Actually, I'm going to build up a little bit more energy and now go for Leaf Blade again. I'm psyching myself out. I had so many battles today with Gallade, I couldn't remember, and I face Escavaliers a lot. So he doesn't shield right there, which is fine. We're going to go ahead and go for another Leaf Blade. I think that's where I should have gone for the close combat, right? Get that guaranteed damage. Yeah, we are down a shield, but we are going to be able to take him out, and I need more energy on the back end. So he lost switch advantage, but he has shield advantage, and we don't have as much energy as I should. We are going to see a Shadow Snorlax now come in, so I got to go for the Leaf Blade right here. I didn't think I could get to the close combat in time, but I did build up to a close combat, so this has got to get the shield. We do get the shield, which is fantastic. We're going to go ahead and swap into the Empoleon. They swap into a Swampert, so still somewhat looking okay. Somewhat okay, right? We drew out the Swampert, which absolutely destroys Magnezone, so that's definitely a better matchup, but this Swampert will likely have Earthquake, and I gotta try to do as much damage as I can. This is gonna be an Earthquake, right? I have no shields left, there's no way, and yeah, it is gonna be an Earthquake, so we go down. So, tough decision right here. I think I gotta come in with the Magnezone, and we gotta race to the charge move. I gotta get off a Mirror Shot, so let's see if we can do that. So we're gonna go ahead and come in. We got to get to this Mirror Shot in time. We do get to the Mirror Shot, which is great. That stops them from getting the Hydro Cannon off on me, and I got to watch my switch clock. I know this Snorlax has superpower, but sadly, I couldn't switch out in time. Lost my words right there. So it is going to be a superpower, and that is going to be a good game. So my switch clock was up, and if I would have just clicked and gone right away, I think I could have survived and gotten off a Wild Charge, and that would have been a good battle. So good game to my opponent right there. All right. Moving into the next battle here. And let's see how this one goes. We have Gallade versus Gallade. Mirror match, right? So what I want to do right here is I actually want to come out of this with shield advantage. I think that's going to be really, really important. So I get another confusion off right there, which hopefully gets me enough energy, but I'm going to go ahead and shield the first Leaf Blade. I want to get to a back-to-back Leaf Blade right here. So we do build up to 6 confusions, and there we go. We have a Leaf Blade back-to-back right now, so we got to throw both of them off. And because my Gallade does have higher attack, I should be winning CMP, which is really nice. So I should be able to click on the Leaf Blade, and now I won CMP tie, which is why PvP IVs are kind of iffy, right? We have higher attack. We get 2 shields. Fantastic. They throw the energy right here. Fine. I'm going to come in with the Empoleon, right? Our biggest counters are going to be probably fighters that we may see. So Empoleon with a lot of loaded energy, but they swap out right away into Snorlax, and I actually swap... Wait, did I come in with the Magnezone? I should have come in with the Empoleon, but I came in with Magnezone right here. And we're going to build up to a lot of energy. We'll look back at that maybe later. But yeah, basically we have Magnezone versus Snorlax right here. We're going to go ahead and go for Wild Charge, back-to-back Wild Charges. And I didn't switch out. I came in with the Magnezone. I wanted to load up on a bunch of energy and utilize Empoleon as the safe swap. That's what I wanted to do in this battle. So now we're likely going to see Gallade come back in. And I think I'm going to swap right away. Yep, there we go. Okay, so we swap right away. And I know this is 3 confusions, so that's a Leaf Blade. This is going to do neutral damage, and it does a decent amount, but I'm not going to shield. If I save my shields, I have a really high chance of winning endgame, so we're going to go ahead and farm down. We still have Magnezone with some loaded energy. It's going to be a Lapras in the back, so that's going to be a good battle, right? We have a shield on Magnezone. All we got to do is go for Drill Peck right here, and then swap and go for Wild Charge when we do have our switch clock back up. So Lapras is going to be taking a lot of neutral damage right here from Drill Peck, and Empoleon does resist all the moves from Lapras, which is fantastic. The water moves, ice moves, normal moves, dragon move. If you have Dragon Pulse, it's going to resist it all because of the water steel typing, which is great. So we're just going to go ahead and ride this out right here. They are deciding to throw energy. We're not going to shield. Remember, we still have Magnezone in the back. They go for a Skull Bash. I'm going to go ahead and swap into the Magnezone. Their defenses are raised, but that's okay. We're going to go ahead and go for the Wild Charge. My opponent does decide to surrender right there. All right, let's move into the next battle. Okay, yeah, Double Steal was definitely a lot of fun today. Great strategy. I think Double Fighter in the back, which we ran yesterday, might be able to put a work on this team, but I didn't face it at all. So let's see how this one goes. We have Gallade on the lead versus Kingdra. Okay, so somewhat of a neutral matchup. Leaf Blade does a lot of damage, same with close combat. So what we're going to do is we're just going to try to chunk some health right here. We're going to go straight for the Leaf Blade. Granted, I could build up to close combat and then go Leaf Blade, right? Fake the close combat, but I just want to get some guaranteed damage out right here. And then they are going to be going for a charge move. And I'm looking how much health they have. I'm thinking, okay, if I shield right here, I should be able to farm down. So we're going to go ahead and shield. It's going to be an Octazooka. Hopefully it doesn't lower our attack. It doesn't. Fantastic. We're going to be able to confusion down. We have a close combat and almost 2 Leaf Blades. So we got to be careful what's coming in. We got to throw the right move right here. So we're staring at the top right. Let's see what's going to come in. They're taking a long time. It's going to be an Escavalier. So we're going straight close combat. Do not want to fake out. We got to try to land this thing if they decide not to shield. They didn't shield. Fantastic. We're going straight into Empoleon. Waterfall does so much damage. Here comes an Empoleon Mirror. And we still have Magnezone in the back, but that Escavalier is pretty low. So we're going to be going for Hydro Cannon right now. It's going to be doing neutral damage. Resisted damage in the matchup. Yeah, resisted damage in the matchup, but it definitely does a bit more than that Drill Peck. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and let this go through. We got to save our shields for Magnezone. What I'm hoping to do is get off another Hydro Cannon right here, and then get their shield, and then look to come in and farm with Magnezone, right? Get as much energy as I can off of the Empoleon. So we do get a shield, which is fantastic. They're going to try to commit to the farm down, but I think I might be able to get to the Hydro Cannon in time. No, I cannot. That is not good. They have a lot of energy right now. So wow, okay, we got to bring in Magnezone, we got to shield the Hydro Cannon, and we're going to have to sack swap. So I tried to do a sack swap right there on the Gallade to catch the Hydro Cannon, but we have to shield right here. Reason being, I don't want to get countered down by the Escavalier in the back. Now, Escavalier is going to come back in. We're going to go for Mirror Shot, and I got to sack swap. You guys know Drill Run does so much damage to Magnezone, double super effective, so we have to get a successful sack swap. So I'm going to go ahead and build up, swap into Gallade perfectly on the charge move. This is going to be Drill Run, which is fantastic. We soak it right there. Beautiful. And then now we're going to come back in with Magnezone and go for the Mirror Shot right here to finish off the Escavalier. So great game right there to my opponent. Definitely a tough matchup. And I believe we have one more. Let's see. Yeah, we got one more. All right, moving into the final battle here. That was definitely tough. Had to get a successful sack swap off, which was beautiful, able to land it. Now we have Gallade on the lead versus Abomasnow. Pretty interesting matchup. Close combat does super effective damage, and it does a lot, so they got to respect that. But Weather Balls really start to add up. So we're going to go ahead and let this first one through. The first one isn't going to do as much damage if I decide to go for a close combat. So what we're going to do is we're going to build up to 2 Leaf Blades, but they do get off another Weather Ball. So I'm going to have to shield right here, and now it's a mind game in terms of charge moves to my opponent. So what we're going to do is we see them swap actually, so I got to go for Leaf Blade right here to stop the fast move damage coming through. That's kind of important. If you get fast swapped, you gotta swap in kind. We're going to come in with the Magnezone right here. Magnezone's going to be resisting the charge moves, plus Mirror Shot does super effective damage, and we can actually farm down and hit Mirror Shots against the Abomasnow coming back in. So the reason why I didn't just switch right away is because Charm, fast move damage can come through so fast that you may not be able to switch in time. So the second I saw Clefable, I just threw the Leaf Blade right there, right? We're going to be able to farm down, charge move now coming through. It's going to be Meteor Mash. You don't need to shield this. It tickles. It really does. So you don't need to shield, and then we're just going to completely farm down. Now, Abomasnow is in the back, and we don't know what else they have, but we do have Empoleon. We're going to see a Charizard come in. I'm like, beautiful. We're going to go straight for Wild Charge. This will one-shot Charizard or get the shield. If it gets the shield, we're swapping into the Empoleon right here, but we go down to fast moves. That's okay. We're coming in with the Empoleon, and then charge move now coming through. I'm going to have to... Actually, no. I think this is too early. It's going to be Dragon Claw. Yeah. Decide not to shield. I was counting. That was way too early. We see a swap now into Abomasnow. I swap into Gallade on the close combat right here. This will be one-shotting the Abomasnow, and then we are going to see the Charizard now come back in, but we have Empoleon with one shield, and Charizard has no energy, and that is going to be a good battle. So very well played to my opponents today. Had a lot of fun, but let's go ahead and dive into a few of the battles. Okay, so we're going to deep dive into 1 or 2 of the battles here and talk about each decision that I made and why it's important and what I learned from it that really helps this team win when you lose lead, right? So let's go ahead and get right into the battle. Okay, so we have Gallade on the lead versus Dragonite. Not a good matchup. First thing this tells me is that with a Dragonite lead, I think they're going to have something in the back like a Lapras, or maybe they'll have a Venusaur, right? They're going to protect that Dragonite from those Charmers, which is going to be really tough for them. So what we're going to do is we're going to swap right away into Empoleon. Empoleon is our safe swap. It's going to be resisting the charge moves, and we see an Escavalier come out, which means this is the hardest counter to our Magnezone in the back, and we're guessing that they're not going to be running basically 2 counter users, right? They're not going to run like an Obstagoon and an Escavalier. So what we're banking on is that. Now we're going to go straight for Hydro Cannon right here. It does neutral damage in the matchup, and a lot of damage at that if they decide not to shield. So will we get a shield? We do, which is fantastic. Now, we have shield advantage right here. This is very, very important for your Magnezone to sweep endgame. Why? Because if you have shield advantage and the hardest counter is gone, Magnezone can 1v2 their whole team. That's very important because its ability to gain energy, send off charge moves is very important. So what we're going to do is we're going to come in with our own Gallade right now. So we're going to go ahead. Did I just say Gallade sweeps endgame? I meant Magnezone. Sorry. All right, charge move now coming through. Again, we're not shielding. Like I said, I'm banking on them having something like a Lapras, Dragonite in the back. Aerial Ace is going to hurt. It really is. But what we're going to do is going to go for Leaf Blade. I don't want them to counter me down, and I don't know if Confusion can do enough damage there to finish off in time. So we go for the Leaf Blade to finish them off, but it just barely wasn't enough. And then now we're going to swap right away. I'm just clicking that switch button. We're going to swap right away into Dragonite, or swap right away into Magnezone, and notice how the Dragonite is staying in. We have 2 shield advantage. They only have 1 shield right here, and they have 2 Pokemon left. That tells me whatever's in the back is extremely weak to Magnezone. So what we're going to do is just build up and load and load and load. What we also got to worry about is that switch clock as well. So I'm going to go ahead and shield the Dragon Claw. They are resisted, right, because of steel typing, but it really starts to add up. So we're going to go ahead and shield, and then we're going to build up to 2 wild charges. So right here, once I got that wild charge, I should have just thrown it. I should have just thrown it right there in hindsight, right? Because what you want to do is stop him from getting to another Dragon Claw, because it gives him a decision. Is he going to shield or is he going to let it go? Both of which give us a huge advantage because we could go for another wild charge and then the Lapras comes in, yada yada. So what we're going to do now is we have to shield again. I let him get another charge move off, which is not good. So now I'm guessing he may want to stay in this matchup. So I'm going to go ahead and go for the Mirror Shot, banking on getting a shield right here. That's what I'm reading, but I read wrong, which is tough because now I'm going to have to utilize my Gallade to help me finish off the game. We're going to be able to get to another Mirror Shot in time. Again, not going for wild charge because we don't want to lower our defenses because we are unshielded. They're going to be able to get off another charge move. Now, I did try to switch right there to catch the charge move, but it didn't go through, which is fine. Dragon Claw is resisted, and then we're going to farm down, and we do see a Lapras. So now we're going to build up to 2 wild charges. That's very important. So we're going to go for 2 wild charges, and then once we get the first one, if it lands, we're going to go for Mirror Shot. So it does land. Now we go for Mirror Shot. Now, why not Wild Charge? Well, seeing that it did land, my only option right here, right, is to send off another charge move to get their shield. And second, my Gallade in the back has Leaf Blade, and I'm 1 Confusion away. So if I land a Mirror Shot and it lowers the opponent's attack, Ice Shard will do less damage and give Gallade a chance. That's why I went for that. Plus, it still does neutral damage. So I come back in. Notice how much health I had, and look at the attack did fall. So we're able to survive an Ice Shard because their attack fell, and we get off a Leaf Blade right here. And I think we could have survived even with the attack not falling, but still it was just enough to finish off Lapras, and then Dragonite comes in and we Confusion down, and that is a good game. Okay, going into this next deep dive, let's see how this battle goes. So we have a somewhat neutral matchup. That's Gallade versus Escavalier. We got to be watching out for Mega Horn and Aerial Ace. Drill Run still does quite a bit of damage, but they have to watch out for close combat. So the goal right here is to build up to multiple close combats. We got to keep them guessing, and Confusion will still start to chunk down. We're going to shield the first one, and we notice they only have Drill Run, which means they probably don't have Aerial Ace, or they just shield baited us. And what we're going to do is we're going to now go for Leaf Blade right here. Because they just got to a charge move, Leaf Blade should be getting a shield from my opponent. It'd be a really risky call not to shield, which they do. So now charge move now coming through. If I give up a second shield, which I am going to do right here, what I need to do is build up a little bit more energy and now go for close combat, not for Leaf Blade. Why? they're not gonna use a second shield right here. Because they got both of my shields, I gotta read that, okay, I just lost both my shields. They want to take shield advantage from me. Go for the kill right here. Go for the close combat. Otherwise, I'm going to waste too much energy. And you guys are going to see that right here. Leaf Blade is resistant. It's not going to do enough. So as you can see, yeah, it resists. And now I have to use another Leaf Blade. So if I would have just used close combat right there, I would have a lot of energy here on the back end. But instead, I have to use 2 Leaf Blades to finish them off. And now I have no energy. So what we could have potentially done is we are going to see a Snorlax come in. So look at right here. I have 1 confusion worth of energy instead of having almost a full close combat, because I could have gone for Leaf Blade, then swapped out into Empoleon, and then had another Leaf Blade ready to go, and we would have definitely been able to handle this game. So in this matchup, I got to build up to close combat, but I'm spamming Leaf Blade because I don't think I'm going to survive in time. As you guys can see right here, the health, it's very, very close, right? So I just went for the Leaf Blade because the energy came back just as I was about to go down. We go for the Leaf Blade. Hopefully this gets the shield. That's what we really need. If they decide not to shield, that's a great call by them, but they do shield. So now we go into the Empoleon right here, and they do have a lot of loaded energy. Swampert is now going to come in. So if I had that energy on Gallade, we would have been in a better situation. But we are going to be going for the Hydro Cannon right here. Does a lot of neutral damage to them, but they have Earthquake, which does super effective damage, and Swampert is a great counter to the double steel backline right here. So Earthquake is going to come through. It is going to one-shot us right here. And then what we're going to do is we are going to come in with Magnezone. Now, I could have done another thing right here. So what you guys are going to see is Magnezone is going to come in. We're going to start farming down, and I go straight for the Mirror Shot, right? So we gotta read this situation. I know the Snorlax is about to get superpower, or it has body. It doesn't even have superpower, but I'm guessing that it does. So 2 choices right here that we could have done. I could have over farmed a bit, let them hit me with a Hydro Cannon. It would have been a nail biter, right? But we could have potentially done it and changed the switch clock so that I could have survived. But I decided to go for the Mirror Shot right here. Now my switch clock is coming back up. Look in the bottom right. It's super, 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 super close. So the second that Snorlax comes back in, I need to be able to click, but I can't. The switch clock is up, and they threw the charge move. So that's very well played to my opponent, and that's why I thought, you know what, maybe we let a Hydro Cannon hit us, and then fake swap, and then come back in. But that was a good game. Well played to my opponent. Okay, heading over to pvpoke.com, you guys can check out rankings, do battle simulations, team building. Everything you guys need to know about PvP is here. We have built our team in the Ultra League Premier Cup, that being Gallade and Double Steel, Magnezone and Empoleon. So the reason behind that, like we said, Gallade on the lead catches a lot of stuff. What we're going to see in the X's and O's down here, you have a lot of really nice wins, and Magnezone is a fantastic cover, and they have a great polarity, meaning, you know, Machamp absolutely destroys Magnezone, while Gallade can confuse down and delete a Machamp. Empoleon on the safe swap also gives you a fighting chance against those fighters that might come in against you because of Drill Peck. So with energy advantage, like we saw today, you can hit that Drill Peck, or you can hit that Hydro Cannon, whatever you need in that matchup. So if you win lead, right, it's pretty positive. Bring in the right cover because you do have 2 steals. And then if you lose lead, right, we're swapping out into Empoleon, hoping to win shield advantage or switch advantage depending on what the situation calls for. But overall, I think the team is fantastic. It has so many great covers. It only loses to a few things, that being Meganium, Zebra Strike, Zangoose, and Alolan Raichu, which we really don't see at all. But overall, I think the team is very, 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 very solid. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Let me know what you guys think about the team and the battles, and how are your guys' battles going. So like always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.